As you can tell, I'm dressed as a chartered accountant. I don't have guilty pleasures. I'm a 44-year-old dad with a 4-year-old daughter and a 2-year-old daughter who are both redheads. And my only guilty pleasure is going to Taco Bell and not having my wife find out. Pro tip, pay cash. Okay? So when Dee approached me, she's like, I want you to do a show. I'm like, that's great, I want to do a show. It's a monologue show about guilty pleasures. Okay. And then I thought, I have a guilty pleasure. I'm a Ghostbuster. And it's, it's a funny thing, and might as well have the sound effect going. I paid lots of money for it. So I want to tell you the story of how I became a Ghostbuster. I grew up an actor. When I was 13, I got into theater, and I basically got into theater because I figured out that all the hot chicks were there and all the guys were gay, so my odds suddenly became really good. But I loved it and I got into it, and if you are an actor or you know any actors, Halloween is our Olympics. Halloween is when we blossom. I have built so many costumes for Halloween and never wore them again, but have put literally 4 months at a time into that costume. I've been Uncle Fester for an entire group that did the Addams Family. We did the 1966 Batman with all authentic costumes, so authentic that we eventually did a one-act play of Batman, and I was the Riddler. So about 3 years ago, I'm bored and going through Facebook, because you're never excited and doing something going through Facebook. And I see a post from a friend of mine that says, my lifelong dream is to own a proton pack. And stupidly, I said, I can help you with that. Now, when I said this, my wife was 8 months pregnant. Not the smartest idea in the world. But he contacted me. He's like, what? How do we do this? What do we do? What do we need? I'm like, well, Halloween's, this is let me think. This is about 9 months before Halloween. I'm like, all right, look, we got 9 months. You buy all the supplies. I'll build you a pack, and then I get my pack for free. This seemed like a logical thing in my mind. I actually thought it'd probably take like 2 weeks. Next thing I know, there's not only my buddy, there's another buddy named Greg and another buddy named Hars, and now we have 6 guys in my house, and we're going over plans that are on the internet and everything like that. And literally, I'm gonna turn that down. Literally, there's millions of ways to build a proton pack. There's entire communities filled full of people who build proton packs. And most of them are well-adjusted human beings. One of them is in the audience tonight. Give him a hand. Mark, there he is. So we finally figure out, we'll build it out of pink housing insulation. It's styrofoam, it's easy to cut. We'll stack them like a cake and then carve it down. And we did. We built 4 of these. And literally we had one Halloween party. Now, by the time we bought the flight suits for $40 and the boots for $40, the baby comes, I'm spending all this money on things to cut styrofoam, and we've got the baby in the swing, and I'm cutting styrofoam with a hot wire, and it's making fumes, and my wife is just like, oh yeah, Halloween, this is great. She's a non-actor, by the way. We finally get to the night of Halloween, and we're going to one party that starts at 8 o'clock. 8:15. We were painting, we were going nuts. We literally went to the party still smelling of spray paint, but we made it to that party. And we were Ghostbusters. We even had a group of Latin Kings, the local gang, one of the local gangs, and we know they were Latin Kings because all of their hats said it, go, are you guys Ghostbusters? Can we take a picture with you? Yeah, don't kill us. It's great. Come on in. Come in close. Yeah. All right, let's go. And we do it. We do the one night. Everybody, there's 10 people at the party. Get back in our car. It's like 10 o'clock, so I've already missed a feeding. So I'm like, I gotta get home, guys. I gotta help my wife with feeding the kids. They go home, we go home, and I think it's done. Okay. Then C2E2 comes up, and this is one of the local comic book conventions. And I have always wanted to do a comic convention. It's always been like my favorite thing, but I didn't want to be a fat Spider-Man. I didn't want to be a fat Boba Fett, you know? So it's kept me away from it. But nobody cares if you're a fat Ghostbuster. Nobody cares. So we spend another 4 months, wife going, fixing up our gear, making it more authentic, getting everything right, you know, making the lights better and everything like that. And we finally get to C2E2, and my buddy Greg, who's taking pictures tonight, we get into our truck, we go to the Millennium Park and park. We come out dressed as Ghostbusters, not thinking of Ghostbusters. There's tons of people there, and they all love Ghostbusters. We can't take 3 steps without somebody wanting to take a picture. At one point, this woman who, I swear there wasn't one single part of her that didn't have a rhinestone or leopard print on. A very beautiful woman. And her little mousy husband comes up and she goes, I love Ghostbusters. Can I take a picture with you? Sure, lady, whatever. You know, so she comes, Greg's on this side, she's on this side, and I kind of, you know, do the hover hand behind the back of her, the small of her back. She reaches over and she grabs my butt. But she doesn't just grab my butt, she grabs it and lifts. So I'm like, oh, okay. And her husband's there with his phone. It's like, I'm not getting it. She goes, it's okay, take your time. I'm like, oh, okay. He's like, oh, okay, I got it. He takes like 5 pictures. She goes, no, take more. I want a lot of pictures. Oh my God, woman. You know, and I'm thinking Greg's getting the same treatment. At one point, I'm convinced she's going to find out I'm not Jewish, because she's just going to keep going. Finally, her husband goes, I want to go. And so she's like, thank you very much, and leaves. And I go, she was grabbing your butt? And Greg's like, who's grabbing your butt? So we get across the street from the park, and we hear, all right, hold on, what's going on here? And you hear, look over, and there's 2 cops on bikes. I'm like, oh, great. Because I know my wife is not going to bail me out dressed as a Ghostbuster. She is going to let me sit in jail as a Ghostbuster. And the cop goes, so you guys Ghostbusters? Yeah, sir, we are. Can I take a picture with you? Come on in. We make it to the comic book store where they're picking up the comic people. We get on the bus, we get to the convention, we're like, okay, this will be better. It's worse. We can't take 3 steps without somebody going, oh my God, are you Ghostbusters? Greg is so tired of hearing people say, oh my God, are you Ghostbusters, that he's starting to whisper under his breath, no, I'm a rapist. It's like, okay, you know, yes, of course we're Ghostbusters. We got the thing, and this thing over here. So people are taking pictures, and we can't take any steps. We can't get anywhere. We run into a friend, and he sees that we're in trouble. We can't go to the bathroom. We can't eat, and he decides to be our liaison. So he starts organizing people. Oh my God, are you a Ghostbuster? Yes, they're Ghostbusters. They'll take a picture with you. Let's let them go to the bathroom. I'll wait here with you. Let the Ghostbuster go pee, and then when he comes back, you can take a picture. You want to take a picture too? Okay, wait with me. You know, and then go into the bathroom. By the way, you know, I'm trying to figure out how to pee in this thing. Come back, there's like a gaggle of people. I'm having fun at the first convention, but you know, and we finally get to the point where like we've been there 4 hours and we've only seen 3 aisles, and we're like, we have to leave. Get on the bus and go back, and you know the packs are down, and we finally get to the Bean at Millennium Park. We end up in a quinceañera. We end up in a wedding. We end up in engagement photos. We are once again stuck, and now we're telling people are like, are you Ghostbusters? Yes, we're Ghostbusters. We'll take a picture with you if you can get us to that park bench way down there. You just have to tell everybody that we're busy. Get us to that picture. For some reason, they won't listen to us, but a regular person they'll listen to. That's how we got to our car, and we finally put the packs in, close the doors. Honk, honk, are you Ghostbusters? And that's how we became Ghostbusters.